Hey, what it do, baby? Welcome to Vegeta Saiyan Army. Thank you guys for liking, watching, and subscribing. So, when you go to pre-release, what is the best leader to use, and what are the best battle cards to pick, right? When you go to pre-release, which is this weekend, it's fun. You get a couple of packs randomly and you make a deck out of it in like a couple of minutes, right? So it's really fair because everyone gets the same luck, right? So it really makes people with good deck building skills thrive, right? And yeah, it's fun and you got a case of the fuck arounds, but at the same time you kind of want to win, because if you win you're going to get the good cards and foil that promo. You're gonna get it you're gonna get the pre-release version that's really foiled out and blinged out. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. My idea of how I pick a leader. What are the best leaders for pre-release this set? What are the best battle cards for pre-release this set? So if you guys agree, disagree, have more opinions of what you think your strategy should be on pre-release, let me know in the comment section and help everybody out, you know? Now, first things first, when you walk into pre-release this week, you're going to get two things. You're going to get the Babidi leader and you're going to get the Majin Vegeta battle card. So that's something to think about, okay? Now, this is the epitome of what makes a pre-release card good. It has dual attack, it has removal, and it's gonna have critical. It's a 3-drop, 2 yellow for 20k, right? But it's a Z card, so you're gonna have it available at all times. So you're just always gonna have this card available. So you're probably gonna wanna play into yellow. Now, I warn you right now, you're probably thinking, fuck it, I'm picking Babidi and I'm picking Vegeta, I'll tap 2 for it, you hate to see it. I don't think it's that simple. I don't think Babidi is the best leader to use for pre-release. Now, I don't think 21 is the best leader either, because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that, like, oh, the best leader in the set is 21. It may not be, I'm just saying an example. That doesn't mean 21 is the best leader for pre-release. I think 21 is dog water for pre-release, but I think 21 is the best leader of the set. You know, agree or disagree, but that's my opinion, right? So we'll talk about why that is in a second. So this is a great card. Everyone's going to have this card in their Z deck, right? Now, let's talk about him first. Why would you like Babidi, right? So one thing I like about Babidi, what I'm looking for in a leader when I walk into pre-release, that's what you're wondering. Frank, what are you looking for in a leader? Well, I'll tell you what I look for. I look for a leader that draws a card. Not look at the top 5 for a green mutant, or for a yellow Saiyan, or for a red android. Draw a card. When you're playing in draft, you're not going to have a critical amount of whatever archetype you're looking for. So, like, green Goku, like, blue 21, those leaders are like, look at the top 5 for this certain thing that you're just not going to have. So if it just says draw a card, it's great. So the front side of Babidi is pretty good. And then on the back side, he has Overlord. So if you have some Overlord cards, you can use that, yellow or black. I think there's some black ones too. Now, it does reduce the specified cost of Vegeta. So this Vegeta is going to be not only cheaper, but like the color cost is going to be off, right? It doesn't have to be too yellow. Now, that's really good in draft, because in draft you're going to play like a rainbow deck, but at the same time, I don't think it's worth it, simply because he doesn't plus on this side. He discards a card and then he draws a card. Now, in the real set, he does plus because he's Overlord. So when you swing with a card that's a servant, you're going to bottom deck it and draw. So you are drawing 2 in this leader, but you're not going to do that in pre-release. So as good as Babidi is in the real world, in pre-release, you're not plussing, right? So, and we're going to go into... Now, look, if you argue that you're going to play Babidi just because of SS3 Vegeta, I completely understand, you know? The card is the epitome of what you want in a draft leader, and I totally get it. So I understand. I really do. Now, I'm going to go into the cards that I think are great. Let me first of all go into the leaders. Okay, let me go into the leaders that I think are the best. Now, 21. I don't think 21 is very good. Why? Because 21, like I said, looks at the top 5. She has too many, like, she doesn't let you special summon cards, so some of the good arrival cards are just no good. You untap your opponent's battle cards, which is awful. I mean, it's really good in real life when you have 21 cards that have effects off of that, but you're not going to have that many 21 cards opened up, you know what I mean? So it's just not that good. And then it has the con of, like, you can't use skills to play battle cards. I mean, that's really good balancing for the real world, but for draft, it's just not going to cut it. So, you know what I'm looking for, right? Now that you know what I'm not looking for, then you know that when I look at this card, I love the front, but then you know that I hate the back. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I love the side that says, when this card attacks, draw one. But the part that says that when this card attacks, look at the top 5 for a green Machine Mutant Android, I don't like that. You're not going to have enough mutants, so no on him, right? So I'll just cut to the chase. What are the good leaders? In my opinion, it's him, right? Because on each side, he just draws. He draws on this side, he draws on that side, period. Cumber. He draws on this side, he draws on that side, period. You know what I mean? Boo is Boo is the best one of these. He draws on this side, and on the other side, you discard a yellow card and you draw 2. Now, you're not decking out, remember, but you are running a deck that, like, half of the cards are checklands, and half of the cards are the cards you actually want to see. So drawing 2 makes you filter your deck quicker. So Boo's probably the best of the leaders. Second best. I'm going to tell you the best one in a second, and why I think that's the best one, right? So it's going to come between 2 cards as far as who's the best one, right? So it's going to be either Cumber or it's going to be Android 18. I think those are the 2 best leaders for the pre-release for a couple reasons. This Z Awaken, when this card attacks, you draw a card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gains Servant until the end of your opponent's next turn. If this card is in a battle, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with Servant and use them in a combo in your combo area. So this leader has 2 things going for it. Same with 18. It draws on both sides, and it has a 20k Z Awaken. So when you get to what the fuck is it called, to pre-release, that's huge. Do you guys remember when we had that last set, that UI Goku that's blue that ramps, and like for every energy you get 1,000 attack and he's critical double strike or whatever? Yeah, that's like that showed us how good those guys are. Now this set doesn't have, like, remember Black Majin Buu in set 10, or like Announcer in World Martial Arts Tournament? Those were like the best decks for pre-release. Like, black decks in pre-release are insane usually. This set is not like that. I think there's like 2 to 3 good leaders. So again, what does 18 do? Android 18 has a leader that draws a card on the front, draws a card on the back, and then she has a 20k Z Awaken. Best leader for pre-release. So all you gotta do, if you open an 18 and you open a Z Awaken, you're set. And Cumber's tied. I would say Cumber's better, just because his Z Awaken costs 2 less, and he actually has a secondary effect that's really good. They both draw under Z Awaken. When this card attacks, draw 1, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gains Servant until the end of your opponent's next turn. This is a really good effect, bro. So it doesn't untap. That's sick. 18 is 20k, and she draws, but that's it. Now, if you end up like pulling your Krillins and your other cards, it's gonna be sick. So yeah, that's my opinion. Android 18 and Cumber are the best one. Cumber's probably the best one. 21, dog water. Super 17, dog shit. The red Android, dog shit. Goku, good. Green Goku, bad. Yellow Boo, really good. Discard, really bad. You're never gonna have enough blockers every turn to pull this off and have Invoker, and you're just not ever gonna do this shit. That's it. Now let's go to the battle cards. So now you know what I'm looking for in a leader, right? I want to draw every turn. I want to plus my hand. And again, if you want to go for the Bibbidi, I don't blame you. It's cool enough, but you're just not going to be plussing on this side. I understand if you go for this leader. So what's my philosophy on... You're looking at your deck, right? let's say that you're going through your packs. You opened a Z Awakened Cumber, and you open a Cumber leader. We're set. We're playing Cumber. Let's pick the deck. Am I picking all black cards? Let's find every Cumber card. Like, sure. Because you're going to have, like, the Cooler is a 1-drop now. So if you're going to pick a leader, pick the archetype cards that come out cheap. But my priority when I'm drafting is the 1-drops that draw. I look at because you got to make a 40-card deck, right? So I look at every card I have, and I look for one word, draw. Everything that says draw, I pull it out. If I have 5 yellow cards that draw, 3 red cards that draw, my deck is going to be yellow-green. Because every turn, I want to play these 1-drops, right? This fucker. Why can't I log in? You hate this. Oh, now I'm too zoomed in. So those are the cards I want, okay? Second, I want cards that negate. So, like, you see this whole effect of, like, negate the attack, choose up to one of your opponent's battle. Stop. Negate the attack. That's it. Now, any negate means so much in draft. There's not going to be a lot of negates. So, anytime you bump into a negate, keep it. Hold on to the keywords. Draw. Draw's not a keyword, but you know what I mean. Draw, negate, blocker, critical, double strike, spot removal, shit like that, right? So half of your deck, so you're going to pull those cards out, and then you're going to look at what color they are, and then the rest of your deck is going to be check lands for that color, okay? So you're going to grab every negate that you find out of the cards that you pull, you're going to pull them out. Every card that says draw, like this fucker, you're going to grab. Your energy boost, Majin Boos, your cantrips, okay? Now, the only thing I give a fuck about is the first 3 words. Negate the attack. That's it. The rest of it, if your leader's green and he pays taxes and voted for Trump, all of that shit doesn't matter. You're not going to have 3 milk cows in your drop for your dairy farm. None of that is going to happen. All you want is negate the attack, okay? Once you have that, same with this bitch. If your leader is a blue Android card, negate the attack and switch. Oh, you know what? This bitch doesn't work because she needs a blue Android card. That's exactly what I'm fucking talking about. So you need a blue Android to even negate the attack. That fucking sucks. Alright, so not her. So that's what I'm talking about. Pick out cards like this one. Alright, sell. This card's great for a draft. If you see this card, grab it. Send this card from under your Super 17 Z leader to the owner's warp. Your leader gets double strike for the battle. That's sick. If you open no good leaders but see a card like this, hold on to it. You know what I mean? Now, cards that draw. Krillin. 17. Bulma. This fucking negate. See how he says negate the attack? That's all you give a fuck about. Negate the attack. That's it, bro. That's it. See this right here? That's all you care about. Now, if you open the packs and all you see is this, grab it. Krillin, Hellfighter 17. Yeah, Krillin has a bunch of bullshit text, but you don't give a fuck about that. You don't give a fuck about this limit 1 burst shit. You're just tapping one and drawing it. So that's like the play style for draft, unfortunately. You know, you're not swinging at their leader. You're swinging at their battle cards. You're tapping one to draw. And you're trying to advance your hand, right? Because Krillin, when you play him, your hand, goes down to 4. You draw one, but Krillin's still a card in hand. You can still combo him. You know what I mean? Like, you want to keep that hand size up as much as you can. That's also why removal is so good. So if I have 3 Krillins and 2 Hellfighters, I'm going red-green. I'm sorry, blue-green immediately because I want to draw cards, right? I want to save the negates. Bulma's the same thing. The bitch draws. If you have this card, sure, lean into red a little bit. I really like this card. For 1 green, you counterplay, play this card, and if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, place it in its drop area instead. It's fucking sick, dude. Yeah, and it's 0.5k. That's so good. In draft, that's what saves you. A lot of people make a rookie mistake where like, oh, I have Cumber as my leader, and I only have 1 black super combo, so that's all I'm running. Why don't you run the yellow, the red, and the green, and the blue one? Oh, because it's not going to make me draw. It's still 0.10k. So have 4 super combos. You should open 4. Sometimes you'll get 3, but with that many packs, you should open 4. you're a fiend if you open 4 and you get 2 super combos that make you draw. That's really sick. But yeah, like these super combos, you should have 4. It doesn't matter what color you're following. Get ready. This is the greatest card. Every time this shit comes out for like pre-release, there's like a great pre-release card, and this is the card for this set, dude. It's a 1-drop double striker, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of Earthlings and Namekians because this set is all about absorption and androids. But dude, when this card is played, you can KO up to 3 of your opponent's Earthling and Namekians. Spot removal, and it gets a 5k pump for each card you KO'd, and it's double strike. Like, it's so nuts. Also, like, charging multicolor is really good in draft because you can use the green or the red energy. Like, you can use the red energy for him, or you can use the green energy for him. You know what I mean? And multicolor is really good. Now, every time we go to pre-release, there's always a card that's like not that good in the real set, but like in pre-release, it's really good. I remember. Do you guys remember the Sin Shenron deck that was black that made you mill? Okay, that deck has like a 3-drop critical haze that when he's played, he warps a card. Or when he swings, I forget. That card is fine. Like, it's a regular common, who cares? But in fucking draft, it is the greatest card in draft. Critical, removal, it's a 3-drop, it's 15k, it's too good. So like cards like that, you like protect the queen, you know, on those cards, right? This is one of them. If you have 3 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So it's a 2-drop like double striker, 20k. If your leader card is U7, when you play this card, you draw a card. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 25,000. This is neg because you're never gonna do that because that leader sucks in draft, but still, it's a 2-drop 20k double strike, you know what I mean? Like, that's not bad at all. So be aware of that fucking card, it's really sick. Now, if you open this card, you're a fiend. You're 20k critical overwhelm 5. When this card is played, you draw a card. Just be careful doing this, because in draft, just don't forget that you shuffle your drop into your deck, and I've seen people overwhelming at the wrong time, and then making their deck like 3 cards. I know that sounds dumb, but you know what I mean. You can't deck out. So anyone that opens this card like is a fiend and might just win. I mean, not really. I don't think it's that sick, but you know, it's really good. Okay, this is another one. It's just a 2-drop double striker, right? Let's see. Discard 1 card from your hand. Yeah, I don't think the effects are good. It's just a 2-drop double striker. That's a 25k. So this is just really good. This is good. It's a 2-drop. Just negate the attack and play this card. Now again, man, like if you have some red blue, it's gonna go down. But I'll tap 3 for this shit. Like, negates are a dime a dozen in fucking. So even if it's a shitty negate like this, it might be really good in draft. So just pay attention to shit like that. Another thing to look out for is like skillless cards. Like, dude, skillless cards are so sweet in draft. I mean, agree or disagree with me, but like, I love 30ks, 20ks in draft, because I'm like, I'll tap 2 like red and like another one just to get a 30k beater. Like, good luck getting rid of that. That's why removal is so important, right? This card too, it's a 3-drop, but it only requires 1 green. That's so huge. When this card attacks, you draw 1 card. Discard 1 card from your hand and choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 4 or less and KO it. This card is so fucking snapped for a draft, it's not even funny. Now, is this card good? Absolutely not. It's fucking terrible. But like in draft, it's godsend. This is what I'm talking about. You want removal, you want double strike, you want draw. You want keywords like that. But I think like the most important cards between you and me are like this guy, dude. 1-drops that draw a card. That's the most important thing. If you just get every cantrip you have, build a deck around that, get your keywords together, and then look for, and look for either Android. Look, what I'm doing, honestly, is I'm looking for Cumber. If I don't have Cumber and his Z Awaken, I'm going to go for 18. If I don't have that, I'll probably go for Boo, but I won't be upset if I have to settle for Bobbity. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any other ideas, any other tips? Am I wrong about any of this? I probably am. I am retarded. How good is this Vegeta? Are you guys going to pre-release? What are you guys playing? Let me know. I can't wait to hear from y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.